Hello, this is Maurice Jackson. Before we begin today's interview, I'd like to remind our listening audience that I'm a licensed broker to sell precious metals through Miles Franklin, where we have unlimited options to expand your precious metals portfolio. Stay tuned to the end of our interview for contact details, and I look forward to the opportunity to speak with you.
Welcome to Proven and Probable, where we deliver mining insights and bullion sales in the form of physical delivery, offshore depositories, and private blockchain distributed ledger technology.
Welcome to Proven and Probable. I'm your host, Maurice Jackson. Joining us for a conversation is David Cole of EMX Royalty, the royalty generator. Mr. Cole, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Maurice. Always my pleasure.
Always a delight to have EMX Royalty back on our program. Mr. Cole, we have a number of topics to address today, but before we begin, please introduce us to EMX Royalty and the opportunity you present to the market.
You know what, Maurice, it really boils down to the fact that royalties are phenomenal financial instruments that provide optionality of commodity price movements into the future, as well as discovery optionality as those projects are advanced with counterparty funding, and the royalty holder benefits from that without experiencing the risk and the financial burden of investing in those assets. So we love to own royalties, and at EMX Royalty we accumulate royalties. We do that through the prospect generation process by acquiring prospective mineral rights and selling them on and keeping royalties on those assets, in addition to outright buying royalties and royalty portfolios. We've been doing this for a decade and a half. We have royalties around the world.
Let's begin today's discussion on the EMX Property Bank. In the past 18 months, EMX has sold or partnered off an unprecedented 30 properties, which is far more than any other company in the sector during this time period. How is EMX able to accomplish this when so many other companies have a hard time partnering at any of their properties at all?
You know, I believe that is an excellent number. We're very proud of that number. The number of projects that we sell in a year is a key performance indicator, a KPI that we track here. It's one of the things that drives us. It's an indicator of our success of the organic growth within the company. I would attribute the success to the quality of the team, but specifically to their entrepreneurial spirit and to their geological acumen. So, you know, it's just entrepreneurial juice combined with geological acumen. These guys are top-notch economic geologists that know how to go out and find and acquire prospective mineral rights, add value by building economic geologic models, and present that to an industry that's hungry for prospective mineral rights, and get those projects sold. And we focus on everything from the early stage generative work to paper and the final deal and negotiating the terms and everything in between. And we've been doing this for a long time, and it's a good business.
And last year, EMX hit a grand slam with the sale of a project in Russia. How does EMX Royalty expect to allocate the cash realized from the sale of the Malmish project in Russia? And what I'm looking for in particular here is how much cash will go to property acquisition, how much to royalty acquisition, and how much to G&A?
Yeah, so I get asked this question often. The bulk of our G&A, which includes the salary for the smart geologists that are around the world doing the generative work, and the bulk of the funding for the generative work, all comes from current income coming in from advanced minimum royalty payments, production royalty payments, lease payments, share payments tied to property deals, all the different ways that we generate income. That funds side of the business. The supermajority of the money that we have in the bank that's resultant from the success in Russia is intended to be allocated towards cash flowing royalties or streams. And that's a key focus of ours right now. We're in an enviable position to have a substantial treasury of over 70 million Canadian dollars in the bank, no debt. We're being shown a plethora of opportunities, and we have the fail-fast team. A team of engineers and geologists and finance people and a great attorney that are working through the opportunities that we're being shown and quickly failing the ones that don't meet our filter. It's all about astute allocation of capital. So to specifically answer your question, the bulk of our ongoing business expense and the organic growth that built this company is paid through the ongoing income streams that we have, and the money in the bank is earmarked for purchase of additional new cash flowing royalties and streams.
How many projects are in the property bank?
We have over 90. It's got to be getting close to 100. Yeah.
How many active royalties does EMX have?
It's over 60, 65.
Let's look at some numbers. Mr. Cole, please provide us with the current capital structure for EMX Royalty.
Yeah, we've been able to keep it quite tight over the years. It's been in business for a decade and a half. 82 million shares issued and outstanding, 90 million fully diluted, over 70 million Canadian dollars in the bank, no debt.
I've also noticed here in the last week or two increased volume activity. What do you attribute that to?
Smart money buying the stock.
Couldn't agree with you more on that one, sir.
Yeah, no, we know that to be the case. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Looking forward, multi-layered question. What is the next unanswered question for EMX Royalty? When can we expect a response, and what determines success?
Success is continued cash flow growth. And that's going to come from two places, Maurice. It's going to come from organic growth of the existing portfolio as these assets move forward and continue to increase their cash flow. I'm very bullish about the existing portfolio, and it will come from the purchase of new cash flowing assets from our treasury.
Where do you see EMX in 1 year and in 5 years?
Within 5 years, we should be $500 million to $1 billion company, and with substantial cash flow that will justify that market capitalization. And I don't intend for that to happen simply by willy-nilly issuing shares. We intend for that to happen through astute allocation of the capital that we have in the bank and continued growth emanating from the optionality of our existing portfolio.
Does a sustained gold price of $1,400 or above $1,400, I should say, change any strategies for EMX?
So, for the most part, we're within the metal space. We're commodity agnostic, and we try not to get caught up in short-term moves in metal price. This is a long-term game. We believe that in the long haul, prospective mineral rights go up in value. And we think that copper and gold are great commodities. We're happy to be in lead, zinc, and silver as well. We're happy to have exposure to cobalt and nickel, all good metals to have. And but we don't substantially change our strategy based upon a small or a large move in metal price. We stay the course, acquire prospective mineral rights, add value by building economic geologic models, sell those on to an industry that's hungry to acquire prospective mineral rights, and we always keep a royalty.
Last question, sir. What did I forget to ask?
It's always fun to talk about one of the key projects that's advancing in the portfolio. We could talk about the royalty on the Timok Magmatic Complex, which we've talked about before, and that's a company maker that's embedded in the portfolio. We're very excited as that one continues to produce great results, and they're advancing the decline to develop the underground infrastructure to start production on that property in 2022. We've heard some rumors that they're talking about actually bringing that into 2021, but let's say 2022 for now. Another property that we're very excited about is one that is the counterparty is South 32, and it's advancing the Big Taylor lead zinc silver discovery in Arizona. We have a 2% royalty on a nice claim block that is the full extension, and the mineralization, high-grade mineralization, is completely open-ended onto our property, and we're very bullish about that one. I'm hoping that we'll see some strong drill results emanating from that project in the near future, and South 32 is a great operator. Happy to have a key asset developing from our portfolio. And that's just a great example of the optionality embedded in our royalty portfolio with this, dozens of counterparties out there working and spending money on our assets, not to our account, only to our benefit. And the discovery that's imminent on the Taylor extension property is a great example of that.
Mr. Cole, if investors want to get more information on EMX Royalty, please share the website address.
emxroyalty.com.
For direct inquiries, contact Scott Close at 303-973-8585. That number again is 303-973-8585. Or you may email sclose@emxroyalty.com. EMX Royalty trades on the TSXV, symbol EMX, and on the New York Stock Exchange, symbol EMX. Just for the record, for every bullion purchase I make this year, I'm matching with shares in EMX Royalty. EMX Royalty is a sponsor of Proven and Probable, and we are proud shareholders for the virtues conveyed in today's message. And as a reminder, I'm a licensed representative for Miles Franklin Precious Metals Investments, where we provide a number of options to expand your precious metals portfolio, from physical delivery, offshore depositories, precious metal IRAs, and private blockchain distributed ledger technology. Call me directly at 855-505-1900. That number again is 855-505-1900. Or you may email maurice@milesfranklin.com. Finally, we invite you to visit provenandprobable.com, where we provide mining insights and bullion sales. David Cole of EMX Royalty, thank you for joining us today on Proven and Probable.
The information presented on Proven and Probable is provided for educational and informational purposes only, without any express or implied warranty of any kind, including warranties of accuracy, completeness, or fitness for any particular purpose. The information is not intended to be and does not constitute financial, investment, or trading advice, or any other advice. You should not make any financial, investment, or trading decision based on any of the information presented without first undertaking independent due diligence and consultation with a professional broker or competent financial advisor.